Hello everybody. I've decided I have too many scraps. Yeah, I know I don't have near as many as some of you. I may have more than some of you, but for me, I don't like this many. But I took apart, it was some kind of ad, and I've had the booklet for years. And it was all kinds of paper. And they were trying to sell you that kind of paper. So I cut up the board and kept the paper. And I'm thinking of putting it over here for writing space or for something. I don't know. So we're not going to use that today. I've got a lot of this music. I've got a lot of, I say a lot. I know for some of you it's like, oh, that's not a lot. This is cut up paper off of my journal strips, okay? So I've got that. This is from that book I cut up. Here are pieces of music. I went through files my mother-in-law had and ended up with a lot of vintage dyed, I call it vintage dyed paper and stuff like that. This probably could go on there. So could that. So I don't know. There's, what's that? Yeah, that could go over there. I'm wanting to get rid of this whole pile. I could use some of that if I wanted to. Huh, things are flying out of my basket. This could go over here. And I might use some of this for on top. Here's some, I've got a pocket of apple macaroni. I'm sorry, but that sounds gross, Marlene. Crushed pineapple, oh, no thank you. I've got a pile here of handwritten vintage paper. Right now I'm just kind of sorting. I'm wanting to pull any handwritten paper out. There's some, what's that? Mayonnaise cake. Huh, I bet that mayonnaise makes it moist. There's another scrapbook paper, scrapbook paper, scrapbook paper, scrapbook paper, deli paper. But I'm wanting to make sure I don't accidentally use, because you know I can say I don't want to use something and then pull it out and use it. Just that's a little too hard. I mean thick. Use it like nobody's business. There. This is what I thought I'd seen. Look at all this handwritten paper. Time dyed. Look, it was green. And now it's this color. Isn't that precious? And that was my mother-in-law's handwriting. Here's another one of those. Boy, that made my pile look smaller, didn't it? Hold on to that for now. I'm just wanting to pull out what I know I want to use on this masterboard so I don't have to think about it. You know, I can just go through and pick up, and there's a pattern piece. I could use that. Okay. Well, this is going to go over here. with my specialty papers. That's what I call those. Thinking about doing a room tour now that I've got everything fairly organized. Okay, I am going to put this, I could use this on top. This is my little bits, and some of these papers need to go in to here. But we're not going to do that right now. Oh, there's some vellum. Put that in my vellum folder. Okay, I think I can get started after all that hoopla. Okay. So, and I'm going to get rid of this for now. Ooh, what's that? Oh, look at that cute little envelope. Well, we're going to put that someplace either. I have cleaned and sorted. Oh, there's stamps. I need to put those with stamps. There's a number. See, I've cleaned and organized, and if you're like me, you just keep cleaning and organizing, and you're never done. Okay, that's good. We're going to get out of that. And let's get this big one used up. Now, these file folders, some are very vintage dyed. This one's not, so it's probably not one of the older ones in there. But I can use it. Can you see okay? Nothing like sitting watching a video and can't see half of it. Now, what I'll do with this is I'll either hang it up forever. Depends on how pretty I think it is. I did one with paint chips. I'll never do another one. I hate it. May end up throwing it away. I just don't like it. So I have it hanging up with other stuff on top of it. And I'm going to try doing this with that cool part on there. And then I have some I can't wait to cut up. Any of you like that? I like using my stuff. I went 2 years and didn't buy a single craft thing or piece of fabric, except I bought my granddaughter some paintbrushes because we were out of paintbrushes and she wanted to paint. And I bought some fabric. She was wanting a dress out of some dance fabric. And I did that. And I think that's all. I didn't buy another piece of craft supply, sewing supply. Oh, I think I bought some crochet needle. No, not crochet. Sewing needles for the sewing machine. And I did buy yarn because I ran out. And when I travel, I like knitting. I knit when I travel. And so I bought some yarn. And that was it. Not another thing. Now, the reason for that is I cleaned out my mother's motorhome in the middle of packing up my craft room to move stuff up here. when we were in Florida, I had a bedroom, and that was my craft room, sewing room, and my husband used a corner of it as an office. And then when we decided we were moving up here, this has been used for 3 days. I'm getting rid of it. When we decided we were going to move up here, I started packing up because we're going to sell that house, and got rid of stuff. Now, when I say I got rid of stuff, I got rid of stuff. I gave away 4 pickup loads. That is no exaggeration, of craft supplies. That's not including the stuff I just gave people. We brought up 2 trailer loads, probably, of craft supplies. Now, there were a few other things in there, but not much. My husband's a very patient man, very loving man. I love him dearly. Then, I had already started buying stuff for when we were up here, because, you know, you have to craft. So I'd have stuff down there. I'd have stuff up here. This, I think, may be too fragile. But I thought, well, I'd put it on here and it'd at least give it some security. And then, so when you pack up your mother's stuff to move her, you pack up a craft room to move up here, you start sorting all those craft supplies, you realize you don't need a dang thing. I had 2 craft rooms of glue. I had 2 craft rooms of tape. I had 2 glue guns. I had all the stuff. So, I didn't even want to buy craft supplies. Well, and I was doing more sewing. I go in spurts of crafts. And I was doing more slow stitching, which I love to do. And sewing, love to do. Well, this year, I got back into paper crafts. And I can't say I love one of them more than another. I love one more than another that day. But I started using stuff up. Saw things that I decided I had to have or I'd die tomorrow without it. Yeah, my husband laughs at that comment too. And so I bought some little odds and ends. Well, then I started watching creative journaling videos. Well, they have lots of washi tape and they have lots of stickers. And, well, I need that too if I'm going to do creative journaling, right? So I've been buying some of that kind of stuff. Now, when your 9-year-old granddaughter tells you, Nana, you don't need another thing in this room, it's probably a sign I should listen to her. But is it ever wise to listen to a 9-year-old wisdom? Even if she's right? So, I have slowed down because I know when we're in Florida, I'm close to a Michael's. I'm close to a Dollar Tree. We don't have a Dollar Tree. I guess we've got one like an hour away. But we don't have one real, like here in our little town. Our little town is 1,500 people, 1,800 people, something like that. And I have to go an hour away to Walmart. I have to go an hour, you know, we get our groceries, you know, stocked up. Now, we do have a wonderful little grocery store in town, but they can't even get the stuff for what we can buy it for. They can't even get it delivered to that because we're semi-isolated. So, yeah. And when we're in Milton, that is something I am going to miss. You know, Walmart's 10 minutes up the road, and I can go, and we have 2 of them. We have a Target all in Milton. We have, you know, I can run over to Pensacola in 30 minutes and have more. I mean, shoot, Milton probably has 2 or 3 or more Walmarts. You know, it's just a different kind of lifestyle and fun, you know. The beach isn't far away. So, get something different. Something different. So yeah, it's different culture. And we loved living there. Don't get me wrong. But the grandbabies are here. We're getting older. We're retired. There's more things for us as retirees to do only because our old friends are here. And, you know, this being my husband's mother-in-law's home, you know, for him, this is home. Now, I like being here because my babies are here. I make no bones about that. I love having the grandkids and my son. My daughter-in-law, she's not in and out as much. But, you know, I love being a part of their everyday lives. You know, we went to the basketball game and sat with them and friends of theirs, and we knew the people there. You know, when we're in Milton, we know people. We have dear, dear friends in Milton. But it's not quite like here. And that's why there's different places all over the world. Okay, here's one. Now, do I want to cut it up? I think it's kind of pretty, but I didn't use up much, as you can see. See, I could do 10 of these. I could sit here all day and just do this and be perfectly happy. But I'm thinking, do I want to cut it up now? And go ahead and cut it into tags? Or do I want to make another one? See, it's nice because it's already got writing space behind it. 1987. I don't know. But you've probably listened to me ramble enough. So if I make some more, I make some more. I'll turn on a book or somebody's video. But I think I'm going to leave you for now. Always remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.